Lots and lots of Mario Kart tracks are based in a place called the Mushroom Kingdom. And some, I suppose, are also based upon Dinosaur Island, and some are based on Delfino Island. Well, that's all great, except the Mushroom Kingdom, Delfino Island, Dinosaur Island. I can't see that on the world map. There's nowhere to be seen. So what I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be starting a new series. And in this series, I'm going to be taking all of the Mario Kart tracks and imagining if they existed in the real world, what country would most likely be having these tracks. So I'm going to go through all of the tracks. For this video, I'm just going to take a look at the Super Mario Kart tracks, and I'm going to be locating them as to where I think they will be located somewhere in the real world. Let's take it from the Mushroom Kingdom and put it into the real world. So for today's video, I'm just going to focus on Super Mario Kart. And in the future Scary Pair video, I'm going to be looking at all the Mario Kart 64 tracks, and then after that, we're looking at the Super Circuit tracks, and the Double Dash tracks, and the DS tracks, and the Wii tracks, then the 3DS tracks, and then the Nintendo Switch tracks, as well as the Mario Kart Tour tracks, even though it's kind of obvious where the Mario Kart Tour tracks will be located. But for now, let's just focus on Super Mario Kart. So let's start off to where I think that SNES Mario Circuit 1, 2, 3, and 4 would be located if it was on the real world. So where would Mario Circuit 1, 2, 3 and 4 be located if it was in the real world? Well, it honestly could be located anywhere in the world because there's not too much to go off of. But I have a feeling that it would be located in Italy, simply because Mario and Luigi are Italian. So maybe it would make the most sense for Italy to have a track that's themed around Mario. So yeah, all 4 Mario circuits will be based in Italy. Again, Donut Plains could be based anywhere, since this track is mainly grassy. I reckon that it could be based somewhere in Europe or North America. This track also has lots of bodies of water in it as well as Monty Moles. Now, moles are mostly found in North America, Europe and Asia, which doesn't really narrow our options. I don't know why, but I feel that Donut Plains could be based somewhere in the Netherlands. I think it's because of the water, since most of the Netherlands is below sea level, hence the fact that it has a lot of windmills, so I think that Donut Plains may be based somewhere in the Netherlands. This is tricky. Ghost Valley takes place on an abandoned boardwalk. Originally, I would probably say the UK, since the UK has a lot of boardwalks and piers, especially in the coastal areas, but this place looks really isolated from any form of land. There's no land to be seen anywhere. So honestly, I think I'll just put this track in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Since this track looks abandoned, so I think that there could be 3 boardwalks somewhere in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Choco Island is a track that's based off of chocolate, but this track kind of looks like a desert. Chocolate originally came from Mexico, so honestly, yeah, I can see this track taking place in Mexico. But for some reason I can also imagine Egypt hosting this track as well. But due to the fact that chocolate comes from Mexico, I can imagine Choco Island being like the birthplace of chocolate. So yeah, so Choco Island probably belongs to Mexico. I think that Cooper Beach could be located near the Caribbean islands, especially due to the fact that Cooper Beach 1 had you driving from island to island, and also this track looks really tropical as well. So I can imagine this track being maybe near Hawaii or Barbados, somewhere there. Obviously this track will take place in a country where it snows. However, there is only one place Vanilla Lake can possibly be located, and that's North Pole. Why, you might ask? Because this track is made of ice, not snow. So it can't really be in areas such as northern Canada or Greenland or even the Antarctic, because yeah, it does snow there, but Vanilla Lake 1 and 2 will be covered in snow if it was located in Canada or Greenland or the Antarctic. is the fact that this track is covered in ice, not snow. So it has to be the Arctic. Since the North Pole doesn't really have any real land, it's just frozen ice. Whereas the Antarctic, Canada and Greenland, it obviously is some land there. So that is why I think Vanilla Lake has to be located in the North Pole. Because this track isn't really land, it's just frozen ice, just like the North Pole. So yeah, Vanilla Lake has to be located in the Arctic. Bowser's Castle has a lot of lava in it. So this must be located in a country that has a lot of volcanoes. Now there are lots of countries that I can pick that has a lot of volcanoes, maybe Italy, maybe Iceland, but I will probably put this in Japan. Because yes, Japan has a lot of volcanoes there, but also in Super Mario Odyssey there's a kingdom called Bowser's Kingdom, and that kingdom is based upon Japanese culture. So I think that Bowser must be either a big fan of Japan or maybe even from Japan. So I think it would probably make the most sense that a track that's based upon Bowser would be located in possibly his homeland, which is Japan, and based near an active volcano in Japan, hence the lava. So yeah, I think SNES Bowser's Castle has to be in Japan. Now, obviously SNES Rainbow Road will be in space. Yeah, there's not too much to say about this. There's no land whatsoever. It's located in deep space, so nowhere would it be located in any country on the Earth, because it's not even on the Earth. It's somewhere in deep space. So yeah, that one's pretty obvious. SNES Rainbow Road has to be in space. So, let's take a look at what our world map looks like now that we have added in some of the Super Mario Kart tracks and where I think they'll be based upon if they were located in the real world. So let's start off by looking in Europe. So we've got two tracks that are based in Europe, being Donut Plains in the Netherlands and Mario Circuit being in Italy. And then if we take a look at Asia, we've just got one track here. We've got SNES Bowser's Castle, which will be located somewhere near a volcano in Japan. And if we take a look at North America, we have two tracks here. SNES Choco Island, which will be taking place in Mexico, and SNES Cooper Beach, which will be taking place somewhere near the Caribbean islands. And then if we take a look at the overall globe, we've got Vanilla Lake here located in the North Pole, and we've got Ghost Valley located somewhere isolated in the Pacific Ocean. So yeah, those are the locations to where I think the Super Mario Kart tracks will be based if they were on the real world. What do you think about that? What countries will you put these tracks on? Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for another video, and next time we'll be locating all of the Mario Kart 64 tracks in the real world. So stay tuned for that.